One in a million, my lucky strike.
Bye guys. Go home already. Don't stay here for too long. Especially you two. Daiichi said his last lines directly towards the first-year duo. Their other teammates already went home since it's getting late. Soon as Tsuki fixed his things, he walked out the gym leaving Yams behind. Tsuki. Yams was running, trying to catch up with Tsuki. Tsuki's thoughts. 49. If he say it again it would be the 49th time. I like you. Yams whispered as he reached Tsuki. Tsuki remained silent. It is the 49th time that Yams confessed his feelings, but still, Tsuki wasn't answering him. He would usually avoid the confession. He would usually change the topic or ignore Yams because he doesn't feel the same way. Or at least that's what Yams thought, so. Right. Boom, I better get going. Yams ran away, following the path to his house. Tsuki stopped on his tracks. He stands there alone, thinking why would the words that he wants to say can't escape his mouth. He pushed his thoughts at the back of his head, then proceeded to walk his way home. Okay. You're here already. His mom greeted him with a gentle smile as soon as he got home. Are you hungry? I'll prepare something to eat. No mom, it's okay. I'm not hungry. Tsuki replied, then went to his room to rest. He changed his clothes and lazily got on his bed. He reached for his phone and opened it up. Yams texted him. Yams and Tsuki's convo. Good night, Tsuki. Sleep tight. Tsuki's thoughts. What should I reply? Good night, Yams? No. Sleep tight? No. Have a great night? In real life. Arg. Why is it difficult to reply to his simple good night text? Tsuki was frustrated for he was struggling on his response. But in the end he greeted Yams a good night to then placed his phone at the bedside table. Tsuki closed his eyes and placed his arm on them, blocking the light from his lamp. He waited and waited till he felt sleepy, but before the darkness and comfortable coldness lulled him to sleep, he whispered to himself. If only you knew how much I do love you. Days after. Tsuki spent his time in their school almost as usual. After Yams' confession, they haven't talked a lot. Yams isn't fully ignoring him, but he can truly sense that something was wrong. Tsuki tried to listen to their teacher and forget his thoughts, but his eyes kept on landing at Yams, who's clearly not listening and just minding his own business. Soon, the bell rang indicating that classes are over. Tsuki walked to the gym shrugging his thoughts off. When he reached the gym he started changing, then he sat on the floor, waiting. You're waiting for someone, aren't you? Suga said, then sat beside Tsuki. He knows. He knows who's Suga pertaining to, and he knows that Suga's right, but he doesn't want to admit. He can't admit it even if he wanted to. No. I'm just tired. Okay. See ya. He got cut off when he heard Yams. He immediately looked at the entrance of the gym where Yams at, only to see that Yams was waving goodbye to someone with his other hand holding a rose and a letter. Yams quickly put those inside his bag and entered the gym like nothing happened, which made Tsuki confused and felt jealous. He was speechless. He didn't know what to say, or should he even say something in the first place. Suga followed Tsuki's gaze, which led him to Yams. Suga tapped Tsuki's shoulder before standing beside him. I know it's hard for you and you aren't ready to express your feelings towards him. But do you think you're ready if you'll lose him to someone else before you can even tell him you love him? Suga's question made Tsuki felt mixed emotion. His thoughts are all messed up, but one thing's for sure. He wouldn't let anyone to take his Yams away from him. Tsuki was spacing out during the entire practice. He wouldn't block Anion's spikes, his serves won't go over the net, and he messed up a lot, which made him feel frustrated. When the practice was over, Yams immediately approached Tsuki. Hey, Tsuki's thoughts. What happened to Tsuki? Tsuki didn't bother to turn to Yams. I was wondering if you have spare time. I want to tell you something. Tsuki faced Yams, then nod. He saw how red Yams is. Okay. I'll wait for you outside. Yams left Tsuki at the gym. Tsuki was nervous. He doesn't know why, but he's indeed nervous. After a while, he then left the gym and went to the gate of their school. His heart was beating loudly as he walks towards Yams with his thoughts all messed up. So there's one guy from our class and he's courting you? Yes. Do you like him, Yams? Tsuki said, cutting Yams. I'm thinking of considering his confession. Are you sure? Do you think you'll be happy with him? I guess. Then good for you. Tsuki left Yams and starts walking his way home with a broken heart. Tsuki's thoughts. Shug is right. If only I told you my feelings soon enough. In real life. Tsuki stopped on his tracks and found himself at a playground where he first met Yams. He sat on the swing, spaced out, not knowing what to feel, not knowing what to think. Soon enough his vision became blurry. Tears building up on his eyes, emptiness building up on his stomach. Lump was forming in his throat and he felt the feeling that he wanted to forget before. He felt helpless. He felt helpless, empty, frustrated. He sat there for hours, patiently waiting for Yams to look for him, to tell him that it was a prank, to tell him that he's still the one for him, to tell him that he still loves him. He sat there, staring at the snowflakes falling on the ground, thinking how come he still lost Yams. The cold winter breeze embraced him as if it was attempting to calm him down. The sky got darker as tears fell down on his cheeks. He then decides to go home, for he knows that Yams wouldn't take back what he said and change his decision. When he got home, he went to his room and didn't even thought of eating. He didn't even changed his clothes. Instead, he lied down on his bed sobbing, heavy breathing, big tears, heartache, emptiness sympathize him along with the light rays from the moon and stars. Not so long, tiredness lulled him to sleep. A week after, days have passed. Yams is doing well with his boyfriend Tsuki. On the other hand, his jealousy grew. He distanced himself to Yams and forced himself to move on. Their conversations would be so short and mostly about academics. During practices and classes he would be spaced out, for he could only think about Yams. The sound of the bell pulled Tsuki back into reality. He quickly got up and left their room to eat. He lazily walked down the stairs. He was planning on going to the cafeteria soon when he heard a familiar voice on the almost hidden part of the corridor. He didn't mean to eavesdrop, but he felt like he needed to. He got closer and closer, then looked where the voice was coming from. For his surprise, it was from Yam's boyfriend and a girl from who knows where class she belongs. I like you. Please let me court you. But isn't Yamaguchi your boyfriend? Who cares about him? His last line made Tsuki's anger for him grew. Tsuki rushed to where the girl and Yam's boyfriend are. He found himself punching the guy. What the fuck was that for? For stealing Tadashi from me. He punched the guy once more. And that's for cheating on him, you asshole. The guy tried to escape from Tsuki, who's pinning him against the wall, but he failed. So you heard? And you think that he'll believe you? I only dated him for a bet. The guy made Tsuki's blood boil out of anger. He was planning on giving the guy a punch that'll knock him out, but Yams pulled his hand. No, stop. Yams, what the hell is this? Why did you punch him? Yams yelled at Tsuki. Yams, please go away. Yams, don't call me Yams. I don't want to see you right now, Please, just please go away. Tsuki left that place and proceeds to go to the clinic. At the clinic, Tsuki was resting after the nurse treated the bleeding wounds on his knuckles. Suga entered the clinic wanting to see how Tsuki was doing. When he saw Tsuki, he quickly approached him. Hey, are you okay? Tsuki didn't bother to look at him. I'm not. Does it hurt? Where? Tsuki turned his head to Suga. Both here and here. Suga said, pointing to his knuckles where Tsuki have wounds into his heart. Tsuki chuckled sarcastically. What do you think? Apparently the person I love didn't believe me and he doesn't even want to see me. Well, I believe you. I believe that you did that because you have a valid reason. How I wish he would believe me too, Tsuki whispers. Silence occupied the room as Suga was trying to think how to lessen the sad aura that Tsuki have. So do you mind telling me why did you do that? Tsuki didn't answer. Instead he handed his phone to Suga with a recorded voicemail on its screen. Suga placed the voice record and heard that Yam's boyfriend fooled him. Tsuki told Suga as he plans to rush and confront the guy. Stop please. It'll just get worse. Suga stayed a little while then decided to leave him before the bell rang again. Tsuki's thoughts. Guess this really is the end. Days after, Yams and Tsuki's convo. Tsuki. I know you might have hated me but can we talk? Tsuki didn't took a while and respond immediately. Sure. Where? At the park. In real life. Tsuki get ready and quickly went to the park. He waited for a while before Yams showed. The two walked towards one of the bench and sat, not saying a single word. So I'm sorry Yams. I'm sorry for not responding to you when you said that you like me. I'm sorry for not confessing to you soon enough. Sorry for making you feel that I don't like you. And sorry for punching your stupid boyfriend. Well you don't have to say sorry Tsuki. I'm the one who's wrong. For choosing him and not believing you, so I'm sorry. A comfortable silence occupied the two. Tsuki was trying to find the right words before Yams spoke. It's getting late. I better get going. Yams wait. Tsuki pulled Yams' hand stopping him from leaving. He then stands up in front of Yams then asks. Yams can I court you? Yams puts his hand on his chin and pretends to think. I guess. Days have passed and Tsuki was trying hard to get Yams' yes. For the past few days, he would walk Yams to school and to his house. He would visit him with a teddy bear, flowers and chocolates. He would sing for Yams just to make him smile. And when he does, Tsuki's heart would ramble along with the butterflies on his stomach. But for this day, December 24th, he plans on doing something more romantic that even Yams wouldn't think that he'll do. Tsuki, is that really you? Tanaka asks as if he's surprised as he helped Tsuki set up a blanket on the rooftop where Tsuki wants to bring Yams. Yes. And don't call me that. Tsuki said while setting up fairy lights surrounding the area. Suga, Daiichi, Noya along with the others helped Tsuki with the romantic, almost magical setup. Tsuki's phone vibrated as Yams texted him. Yams and Tsuki's convo. Tsuki, I'm done. Okay, I'll pick you up. See you. In real life. Tsuki left the place to pick up Yams at his house. When he got there, Yams was already outside waiting for him. He's wearing a simple coat, scarf that Tsuki gave him, black jeans and sneakers. It's simple, too simple. But Tsuki can't stop wondering how can Yams look so mesmerizing with those simple clothing. Yams got in the car and looked at Tsuki whose eyes were clearly captured by him. You're so angelic. Tsuki whispered, enough for Yams to hear, then proceeds to drive his car. Yams giggled. Are you really my Tsuki? Tsuki's thoughts. My Tsuki? Tsuki became red with the thought. Yams coughed and stayed silent as he realized what he just said. Soon, they arrived at the place where Tsuki prepared his surprise. It's a building not so far from their house. A building with a rooftop where they can see a beautiful scenery of night lights surrounding the area. The two went to the rooftop. It's exactly 11:45 p.m. when they arrived at the rooftop. Yams saw how beautiful the setup is. Blanket on the floor, rose petals, and fairy lights surrounding them, the lumps of snowflakes around them, cold winter breeze sending chills down their spine, light rays from the captivating moon and exquisite stars in the clear night sky made the ambience so magical. 11:54. Yams. Tsuki called him then held his hands. 11:55. I know that I've been cold to you. I know that I've ignored you multiple times. I know I've made you feel like I'm rejecting you, but it's because I'm not really good with words. Since then, I've always knew that I can't lose you. I just can't admit it because the words that I wanted to say can't escape my mouth. If only you knew how much I wanted to tell you how beautiful you are back then. I know that you're afraid to love again because of what your ex did to you. But I promise that I'll do my best to make you feel loved. I'll do my best to protect you. I'll do my best to make you happy. I'll do my best just to make you feel that you deserve all the best. Tsuki. Yams wanted to say something but Tsuki didn't let him. 11:56. And don't even think that you don't. Because to be honest, Yams, you do, and I'll do everything to give it to you. Yams, I won't let you say I like you for the 50th time. I'll do it for you. Yamaguchi Tadashi, I love you, I really do. I loved you back then, I still love you today, and I will surely love you more forever and ever. 11:57. You were my childhood best friend, my first crush, my first love. Yams, I want to be with you till my last breath. 11:58. So will you let me grow old with you? Tsuki, I'm willing to wait. Yams, I won't rush you, but I want to tell you that I'm here and I will always love you. 11:59. You should know my answer by now. 12 a.m. I would love to spend the rest of my lifetime with you. Merry Christmas, Tsuki. Tsuki pulled Yams closer, engulfing him in a hug. He then planted a kiss on his forehead, a short one but enough to express how happy he is. You are the best Christmas present that I have ever received. I will love you till my last heartbeat. I'll protect you till my last breath. I promise that you'll be safe here, with me. Time skip. Snowflakes falling, winter breeze blowing, children playing with lumps of snow surrounding them. Christmas is a jolly holiday indeed. Yams whispered while looking outside the window, staring at the children running, chasing each other. Yams then felt arms hugging him from behind. He then turned to Tsuki, who's hugging him tight. Tsuki kissed his forehead then loosened the hug as he reached his phone to play a song. Tsuki stands straight in front of Yams when the song starts playing. He placed his hand in front of Yams as if he's waiting for Yams to hand him something. May I have this dance? Tsuki said while looking directly to Yams' face. So cheesy. Yams can't help but to giggle. You don't want to? Okay. Tsuki was about to turn when Yams pulled him and hangs his hands on Tsuki's neck. I want to. Tsuki then placed his hands on Yams' waist, pulling him closer. The two danced slowly, not minding the beat of the song. They danced slowly, feeling each other's warmth, loving each other's presence. Tsuki stared at Yams, admiring his face. He then gave him a peck on his lips, which made Yams giggle more. Yams' bewitching smile was art to his eyes. His giggles was captivating music to his ears. His touch sends butterflies to Tsuki's stomach. Tsuki knows that his love for him would fade, for it'll grew and grew for eternity. I love you. I'll love you, till time separates us, till my next life, I'll love you. I love you, from the moon and back. I love you more. And